الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dear Quran course fellows, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all and congratulate you for learning the best of the text in the world, Al-Quran. And today we will inshallah learn about lesson number 8a. And in this lesson 8a as well as in the grammar part, we will learn lesson 8b, inshallah. So let's begin with our lesson. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about the tashahhud and four important points about prepositions. And they'll be learning tip at the end. So in today's class, inshallah, we would have crossed the 27,000 bar of learning Quran. You're always reminded to do your homeworks, which are to read from the Quran, the text, to read from the memory, and study from the book and from the PDF files, as well as listen to or watch the video which is sent to you. Talk to your partners. I'm sure you have made friends and partners for learning this course together. And also reciting different surahs in Salah. So when you're reciting a surah in Salah, you also try to understand from it. So let's begin with the tashahhud. The tashahhud is the dua which is offered when we sit for the qada. So at-tahiyyatu lillahi was-salawatu wat-tayyibat. So this begins with these beautiful expressions, three of them, and these three are very, very powerful expressions. So let's look at their meanings one by one and break them down. So first one is tahiyya. Tahiyya means to, praise Allah by tongue, orally praise Allah. So tahiyya is like Muslimah, Niyya, Ayah, and its plural is tahiyyat. As we have already learned, for the feminine gender, we add alif tah at the end instead of kul tah. So all types of worship by tongue is tahiyya, tahiyyat. All types of worship by tongue. So are for whom? For lillahi. So we already know the meanings of lillah, which is, how do we break lillah? Can somebody tell me? Yeah, li and Allah makes lillah. So therefore Allah was salawatu. So salawat, you already know, is actually plural of salah. Again, gulta is changed into alif ta, and salah, we already know salah which we offer. And as in salah, we use all our body parts. We stand, we go down, we go to sajada, and then get back. So that's why it is said all worships, all types of worship by a body. So it is even all the other worships which we do with our body, even when we walk for doing something good in the way of Allah, that is also a worship by the body. What tayyibat, and all types of worship by spending wealth. So now tayyibah and tayyibat, spending wealth. So all what we do in terms of paying zakah or giving sadaqat, they all purify. Actually, usually the common expression about tayyib is clean, neat and clean, something tayyibat, which are purified. So since these worships help us purify our wealth, so we call them tayyibat. So this beautiful expression, at-tahiyyatu lillahi was-salawatu wat-tayyibat, how do we bring it in our life? For that, let's look at all types of worship by a tongue: salah, zikr, tilawa, dawa, nice words, preaching, guiding, and suggestions. All comes in worshipping Allah orally. And worship by a body. salah, som, fasting, you know, training, helping, educating, to go for dawah when you go out and give this message to others. Or maybe when you are talking to your partner about this course, or you are trying to explain to others what does a tahiyya, what salawat, what tayyibat in prayer means. So all for Allah. And then, of course, all types of worship by spending wealth. And we spend our wealth for doing Hajj, Zakat, Sadaqat, charity. So they are all for Allah. So this is so comprehensive that, we do all types of worships for Allah and Allah only. These are tahiyyat, salawat, tayyibat. There is a beautiful saying of the Prophet, peace be upon him, uh, for our motivation and for learning its importance. So once the Prophet ﷺ said that 70,000 people will enter Jannah without being taken to account or torment. So they'll directly go to Jannah. So he then described their attributes and among other things, finally said that they will keep trust in their Rabb, Allah, complete tawakkul in Allah. The moment one of the companion of the Prophet, Ukasha bin Mihsan, radiallahu anhu, he listened to this, he stood up and requested, O Prophet of Allah, pray to Allah to make me one of them. The Prophet said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you are one of them. You know, taking inspiration from this, another man stood up and asked the same thing. But the Prophet ﷺ answered, Ukasha has surpassed you. What does it mean? This gives us a message that whenever we hear something good, when we get a chance to do something good, so we should try to pray to Allah, we should try to be part of it. So the hadith teaches us that the moment we hear of any good, ask Allah for it, or else someone else will grab that chance. So with every dua, we must check our past and draw a plan for the future. But we need to ask Allah. 3 acts of worship are mentioned here. Now, let me ask, Allah, help me participate in all these 3 types of worship. I should be worshipping you orally. I should be worshipping you with every body part, listening about you, speaking about you, seeing things which are halal, walking in your way, for going to preach and propagate your message to others, and using my money for you and you alone, whether it is for the internet or the mobile phone or wherever I am spending money, giving zakah or sadaqat. So, we need to evaluate ourselves and then, of course, make a plan to do these things properly and then propagate the idea. Now, let's read it once and look at its meanings and write down the important points, especially tahiyya, salah, tayyibah. These are singulars and the plurals are tahiyyat, was salawatu, wa tayyibat. I'm sure you understand wa has a different meanings, which means and, what tayyibat, wa again and. So your time now, 10 seconds. Teach to each other, write down the important things. Okay, the next expression is even beautiful. Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu. Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu. So, salam is peace. Alayka. So, we have already done this table. Alayka. You remember we did the table for alayhi, alayhim, alayka, alayya, alaykum, alayna. So, alayka comes from there. However, al here is to all. So we are saying that, so the alayka comes from that table and al is for all. And we remember assalamu alaikum as a reference letter in which we say, may you be safe. So when we send peace on somebody, so we actually mean that may Allah protect you from all unpleasant and harmful things. So it's a beautiful greeting, rather the best of the greetings. So here we are saying alayka. Okay, so salam be on you. And who is you here? Here we mean by you is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ayyuhan nabiyyu, O Prophet, peace be upon you. And ya ayyuha, ya ayyuha. These are the the words for addressing. So we are saying, O Prophet, assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu, peace be upon you. And we know Nabi is the singular, one prophet, Ambiya is plural, many prophets. So, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh or wa barakatuhu, according to Arabic style of reading, we say wa barakatuh. So, wa rahmatullahi, wa rahmatullahi. I'm sure you can break it. Wa and rahmatullah. And the mercy, rahmah. Rahmah is mercy. Wa rahmatullahi, and mercy of Allah. Barakah is, is the feminine gender, and we make it plural by adding alif ta, so barakat, blessings. And remember, it is wa barakatuhu, and his blessings. So wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and his blessings. So actually, um, who performed the three types of worship by using tongue, body, and spending the best way? It was the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He has also taught us what they are and how to do them. This is from the Sunnah that we have learned all how to do all these three. So that's why we are praying for three things for him. So we are sending peace on him, and we are sending rahmah and barakah on him. So we are saying, may Allah's blessings be upon you. May Allah take care of you with love, increase in blessings, favors, bounties, and goodness. So, and these three things are in such a nice order. See, it is like, you plant a flower seed and you want to protect it, you want to keep it safe, peaceful from insects, and you want to love it and give it protection, water, and then give manure, adding to its, growth. So, so without protection, these two things will not be helpful. So, similarly, in Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, we are saying all these three things. So, Alif Lam adds to all types of protection. Protection of your deen, your iman, your health, wealth, business, job, everything. So may Allah save you from deficiencies, defects, and undesired situation of things. So after that, we ask rahmah for others and for barakat. So what a great way it is in comparison to saying, these so-called hello, hi, and good morning. So while we say assalamu alaikum, we not only pray for the person, but we also get reward for it. So, and there are rewards for practicing the sunnah. So with this understanding, let's say it together. Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, uh, 10 seconds for you to take notes. Okay, so moving forward, the next part is Assalamu alayna wa ala ibadillah salihin. Assalamu, we know the meanings, peace. Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. Assalamu alayna. We have these are all coming from the same table. Alayhi, alayhim, alayka. Assalamu alayka. Assalamu alayya. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alayna. Peace be upon us. Alayna. Wa ala. I'm sure you can easily break it. Wa and wa and ala on ibadullahi. Ibad is the plural of abd, which means slaves, Allah's creation. And Abdullahi, Allah's slaves, ibadullahi, slaves of Allah. There are many. So Saleh, you already know Salihin comes from Saleh, which means righteous. You already know the plural of Saleh, Salihun, Salihin. Ibadullah is Salihin, the slaves of Allah, the righteous ones. So, see, this is a beautiful expression. We are also included in it. So, I mean, we are part of it. We are first saying, Assalamu alayna. You know, be honest. So, we learned earlier that the prophets, truthful people, Siddiqeen, Anbiya, Siddiqeen, Shuhada, and Salihin are the ones who received Allah's favors. So we pray. This is prayer for peace for the Prophet ﷺ and for us, and then for the righteous ones. Now you see, we come in between these two, and it is hoped that we will also get reward. When these two will surely get reward for this. But remember, Allah bestows His mercy on those who earn it by acting upon the good and begging for mercy, like the righteous people did. So, action and begging, asking to Allah for it is very important. So, every day, millions of people are reciting this. And if we want to be part of it, we should also try to uh, become saleh, offer a prayer, pray this for others and for ourselves. So, may Allah make us among the salihin, and we could get the benefits of this dua and make a plan to become saleh and to be in the company of salihin. Company is very important. So have a special, attachment to it, that we are part of it. Assalamu alayna, and read it out with this understanding. Assalamu alayna wa ala ibadillahi salihin. Peace be on us and on ibadillahi, the slaves of Allah, salihin, the righteous ones. Okay, these to each other, take notes, and we'll move forward. So next part is much which we have already done. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu. I testify. I bear witness. And we remember we said that it should not be only in words. It should be done in actions. And every part of our life should show that we are truly doing this. And you know the meanings of and anna. We learned these words, that La ilaha, ilaha, the plural of ilaha is aliha. And illallah, except Allah. And we have to keep saying this, La ilaha illallah. It is very, very important. This should be, said as many times as possible. It is powerful, it is important. This will save us. And we have to repeat it at the time of death. So, this can only be done with the tawfiq of Allah. So we don't know which salah would be our last one. So inside the salah, this could be the last declaration of these words. So recite them with depth of your heart, with all due attention, so that we get a chance to recite them before our death. And the Prophet said, "Man qala la ilaha illallah dakhal jannah." So inshallah, if we keep on saying it, we would be able to say it. Secondly, we remember we would always listen to Allah and not to our nafs. So we should not be following shaitan. That could be because of bad friends or evil use of gadgets like mobile, laptop, or due to laziness and lethargy. So let's ask Allah to give us tawfiq to use our time and resources in the right manner. So it's very important to bring La ilaha illallah in our life, And we keep on saying this model, Allah help me worship you only. Do evaluate yourself. How many times do I do this? I listen to Allah or listen to myself or other people around or shaitan. Then plan for it. That how are you going to change yourself? You have to be with good people and propagate the message to other people, other Muslims. Washhad. And I bear witness. Ashhadu, and I bear witness. Anna, I just said an and Anna, do both means that. However, in and inna means differently. You have learned their meanings. So you may like to tell me in the chat box what does in and inna means. Yes, in means if, and inna means indeed. Okay, so Anna, that Muhammadan is the name. Here is the table. Anna, in, inna. Only these four appear in Quran more than 3,000 times. So you would surely like to remember them. You may like to take a screenshot of it, put it on your cell phone, see it for a day or two, and inshallah you'll remember it forever. So Abduhu, we just learned about Abd and Ibad. Abdullah, slave of Allah. Abduhu, his slave. So Muhammad is his slave. And Rasul and Rasul, plural. Rasuluhu, we break it down, his messenger. Okay, so we've already explained here, but in a lesson, lesson number 4 actually, not 14. Please correct it. The words Abduhu or Rasuluhu are extra here, and they remind us that we are all slaves of Allah, and even the Prophet is the slave of Allah. He's the best messenger of Allah. He's a model for us, and and Allah says in Quran that we have made you mirror nation that you may be witness to the people. That's a huge, huge, huge responsibility. So we need to convey to this deen to others. And we are reminded in every tashahud of every salah in all 5 azans and iqamas that we are supposed to do this. وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. So with this we come to the end of this part of the lesson. Let's take a 2 minutes break. I seek refuge in Allah from devil the outcast, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. All praise and thanks to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds, and peace and mercy be upon the Prophet. Peace and blessings be upon the Prophet, our dear Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the seed of the prophethood. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Dear Quran Quotes Fellows, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome you all on lesson 8b, in which we are going to learn new actions and new words, inshallah, today. So let's be focused. So we are going to learn haza and its plural haulai, zalika haulaika, hazihi tilka. We will use TPI for it, and you already know. Let's do a quick revision of the previous lesson. And in the previous lesson, we were reminded of the definitions of ism, fail, and harf, which we have done a number of times. And we know we learned about la or li, and the reference expression for that is alhamdulillahi, and the actions are lahu, lahum, laka, li, lakum, lana, right? I'm sure you keep repeating them. Similarly, we learned min, which means from, and reference expression is a'udhu billahi minash shaitan. And we say minhu, from him, minhum, from them, minka, from you, minni, from me, minkum, from you all, minna, from us all. Radiyallahu anhu. We learned about an, which means with, who, with him. So anhu, with him, anhum, with them, radiyallahu anhum. May Allah be pleased with them all. Radiyallahu anka, may Allah be pleased with you. Radiyallahu anni, may Allah be pleased with me. Radiyallahu ankum, ankum, anna. Okay, so we also learned about be ismillahi, which means in, bihi, bihim, bika, bi, bikum, bina, and fi sabilillah, in the way of Allah. So in, and the table is fihi, fihim, fika, fiya, fikum, fina. Okay. Uh, and for Allah, we have just done it in the previous first part of the lesson. Assalamu alaikum. So alayhi, on him, alayhim, on them, alayka, on you, alayya, on me, alaykum, on you all, alayna, on us all. Now, having learned this, the beauty of the course is, mashallah, you can now understand. You could also say assalamu alayka to a singular person. However, we say assalamu alaikum because of the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it is believed that there are angels who are also sent peace upon. So, but you could say assalamu alayya, peace be on me. Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alayna. These assalamu alayka and alayna disappeared in the previous tashahhud prayer. We have just learned the meanings. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi to ilayhi raji'un. Ilayhi, to him, ilayhim, to them, ilayka, to you, ilayya, to me, ilaykum, to you all, and ilayna, to us all. So I'm sure you keep on revising these tables, and we are going to, inshallah, learn thousands of Quranic words with the help of these tables. Next is ma'a, which means with. Reference expression is inna Allah ma sabirin, and table is ma'ahu, ma'ahum, ma'aka, ma'i, ma'akum, ma'ana. And if there will be female, ma'aha. For all of them, you remember biha, anha, fiha, ilaha, alah, alayha. So, maha. Okay. So for inda, we learned kam riyalan indaka. You possess, you have with you. So indahu, with him, indahum, with them, indaka, with you, indi, with me, indakum, with you all, and indana, with us, indaha, with her. Now, today there are 4 important things about prepositions and 6 new words. So let's look at the 4 important things. Prepositions, there are 9 we have learned, but 7 of them are prepositions. The remainings are also haruf, but they are not haruf jar. So number 1. Now for prepositions, remember, in different languages, the different prepositions are used. For example, the same expression in Arabic, amantu billahi, it has be as a preposition. But when we translate in English, that becomes in. I believed in Allah. While in Urdu it becomes par, which has a different meanings. And so we have different prepositions. So this will help you understand. Number 2, there could be preposition in Arabic but not in English. For example, in the expression ighfir li, we have already done it, li. But look at the translation, forgive me. There is no preposition. Forgive to me, forgive. So there is no preposition. This could happen. There could not be a preposition in Arabic, but you may require a preposition in another language to make a proper sense of an expression. For example, warhamni, warhamni, or if you separate it, wa irhamni. Now, the Arabic expression does not have any preposition, but in English, you have to add on to make a sensible sentence, and have mercy on me. Number 4, the change of preposition changes the meanings. For example, get in means come in, and get out means go out. Now, just by changing in and out, get changes its meanings. Get up, get down. Similarly, in Arabic, a typical example is Salli li rabbika, pray to your Rabb. But when we say Salli alayh, it does not mean pray to Muhammad. It means peace, send peace on Muhammad. So these are four texts. Different languages use different prepositions. Preposition in Arabic but not in English. Preposition not in Arabic but in English. And number four, the prepositions, change of prepositions might change the meanings. Okay. So let's move forward and learn the new words. New words which we are going to learn today are هذا هؤلاء ذلك أولئك. Now you just have more focus because these are new actions and new words. So for هذا we'll do this action. Single finger and towards the surface down. You may like to do it maybe towards some object. For example, let's say this is Jawal. هذا Jawal. هذا this. And when I use more fingers, that is هؤلاء. Okay? These. So هذا this, هؤلاء these. So now this section is right here. هذا this, هؤلاء these. Okay. Now let's do it again. هذا this, هؤلاء these. هذا this, هؤلاء these. Just note a little correction. Gondal Sahab informed us. هؤلاء on Hamza there is a pesh, not a jazm. So هؤلاء these. هذا this, هؤلاء these. Just keep in mind there is something right here, and you're saying هذا this, هؤلاء these. And the two other actions are ذلك أولئك. Now, see, I'm not doing it on my exact right on the 90-degree angle. Neither I'm doing it right in front of me. I'm doing in between these two on 45 degree. Zalika, that. Something far away there, which you can see. Zalika, that. And ulaika, those. Ulaika, those. Zalika, singular, that. Ulaika, those. So see, these four actions, inshallah, make 900 plus words. I'm sure they are not very difficult to understand and learn. هذا this, هؤلاء these, ذلك that, those. هذا this, هؤلاء these, ذلك that, أولئك those. And for feminine, if I use this hand and I say هذه, what would you understand? هذه. This is a feminine saying this. Okay, let's do a little practice of هذا Muslim, هؤلاء مسلمون, ذلك Muslim, أولئك مسلمون, plural. Okay, so singular and plural both use of these expressions. هل هذا مسلم? هل هذا مسلم؟ نعم هذا مسلم. هل هؤلاء مسلمون؟ نعم هؤلاء مسلمون. Okay, and هل ذلك مسلم؟ نعم ذلك مسلم. هل أولئك مسلمون؟ نعم أولئك مسلمون. So for هذا, I said for female we say هذه, and for female we say تلك. And for female plural of هذه is هؤلاء. So هذا هؤلاء, هذه هؤلاء plural. And we said here ذلك أولئك for male, ذلك. And we could say for female تلك and أولئك. تلك is for female singular, that, and for plural we'll say the same أولئك. Same أولئك for male, أولئك for male and أولئك for female. So these are the new expressions we have learned. And the tip for today is that first homework is tilawah from Quran, and that's very important according to one hadith. اقرأوا القرآن فإنه يأتي يوم القيامة شفيعا لأصحابه. So read the Quran, for it will come as an intercessor for its reciters on the day of resurrection. Remember that day is going to be very, very terrible. We've learned in Maliki Yawmiddin that how dangerous and how terrible that day is going to be. At another place in Quran, it is said, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَبَنِيهِ. So on that day, we all will run away from each other, from our very close relatives, from our brothers and sisters, mothers and father, who are the most closest to us in this world. Everybody would like to run away and just care for himself or herself. And on that day, finding, somebody who comes and says, I am ready to protect you, to intercede for you. So for receiving that happiness, recite Quran. So we all want to understand the Quran, but the first step is to have a consistent relationship with it. Even if small one with the Quran, read it. The more familiar you are with the Quran, the easier it is for you to learn Arabic. So recite Quran at least for 5 minutes every day. Do not miss that out. So Alhamdulillah, today, by this time, we have crossed 27,000 bar. And you're always reminded of the little 7 homeworks and praying to Allah, Rabbi zidni ilma. So let's pray together for everybody. And becoming a teacher can help us learn better. May Allah help us to recite, understand, ponder, implement, propagate, memorize the Quran. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. جزاكم الله خيرا.